Morning, Flyback. How are you? I'm doing okay. I figured uh, that I could go live with the Dents not being live anymore and just being able to kind of do this while I have some time and I'm awake. This is not one of the more enjoyable grinds to do, but I figured I need 59 for Family Crest, and with Family Crest done, I can get the Goldsmith Gauntlets, which will allow me to get the uh, gold ore in my bank smelted, which should help me get to a higher smithing level, which will be helpful to buy things for Giant's Foundry and other things, and craft all the jewelry in my bank to have more teleports, and it just leads, the 59 magic kind of just leads into all the other stuff that I would like to do. Right now, focusing on doing the Bones to Peaches one. I am thinking about also doing the boots, because it can't just hurt to have magic boots anyways. That can eventually be turned into the Eternals, because now with Doom you can make those and use them with the boots that you get from Doom. So it's just a focus on trying to progress the account where I can and focus on some of the other things that I can. Plus, I need a break from Hunter and woodcutting. Yeah, I'm gonna wait to do the book. I agree that the book is nice. I think the main thing is that with the, if I can pull the Tome of Fire, the book isn't as needed, but I'm not waiting on, I'm not going to hold my breath on if I pull the Tome of Fire or if I pull the Tome of Water or any of that stuff. So I'm just going to hold off a little bit on some of the, yeah. So I'm just here to get some magic stuff done and just chill. I don't remember exactly how many points I need to get here. I probably should have looked first, but it is what it is. All right, that's fine. I'm glad that you stopped by. That's 50 magic. 9 more levels to go. And by 9, I will probably do 9, but I could always boost with the Wizard's Mind Bomb for Family Crest. Being out in the wilderness, it probably isn't the smartest idea just to do that, but does not hurt to have that as an option if I need it. Okay, I'm going to take a little break and figure out exactly what it is. I earn 1 point for every 100 coins deposited, which is fine. Bones to Peaches needs 300 of these points. So if each point is worth 100 coins, we need to be able to get 30,000 coins for the reward. Bones to Peaches. And Bones to Peaches is not necessarily the best spell in the game, but it is quite useful whenever you're farming God Wars dungeon bosses. So it will be nice to have much later down the road, as well as it is one of the Lumbridge and Draenor tasks to do. So, with 10,000, I believe we are just about a third of the way there. Don't know if we'll have enough nature runes, though, for all of it. But we will use the nature runes as we see fit. And we will either buy or go find more natures by either rune crafting or buying them, and we'll come back. we probably won't get the amount needed for this room done with the natures we have, because what is it, 30 coins per, and we need 30,000, so it was 1,000 casts, and I didn't even come in with half of that, so we probably won't even get half, but that's fine. We will move on to the enchantment, or the probably the enchantment first, because keeping some of the laws will be good. And if worse comes to worse, we will go and probably get a Puro if we don't get enough magic experience to go and find some essence implings in there to catch and hopefully get a mud rune. Because if we get a mud rune, we can do the Path of Gluffery, and that will give us 12k magic experience. I don't think I have enough magic logs for Desert Treasure 2, let alone I don't think it's very safe for me to be doing Desert Treasure 2 at the moment. So I probably will not do that. But what they recently did add in the overview is you can see what quests you have done, started, and not completed yet. RJs, how are you? He said he'll be in and out, so I don't know if he's at his desk right now or in the stream, but I'm sure he'll be happy to see you. How's RJ's doing? How is the girlfriend doing? Hopefully all good news. I think you should, because it is their dog that did it, and it's unfortunate if you have to pay for the bills, because if you didn't have the encounter with their dog, you wouldn't have to have taken them to the vet. That seems like it could be quite interesting. Does she just rotate around the hospital in departments that need her, or is she still trying to find a specific part of the hospital to be a nurse in? Or doctor, sorry. Like a PSCP, send them everywhere people don't want to go. ICU children's. McGee. Yeah, McGee is an interesting place. You know, I 100% understand like why people don't want to go to children's hospital. It's like it takes like a special type of person to be like, I'm going to go in and see a sick kid today in the hospital, but be able to, and just be able to handle that, because most of these kids don't deserve half the stuff that they are going through. Sure, if the kid's going in there and they got a broken arm from falling off a bike, okay, that's fine, but like battling cancer or, just any of that nonsense is bad. And I know UPMC does a lot of stuff with the Lemieux Foundation and stuff like that, so I know a good portion of them are like, oh, you're going to be taking care of a kid with cancer, unfortunately. But I can only imagine the amount of joy that everyone involved has whenever the kid is actually puts the cancer into remission and all that stuff, so. Yeah, I don't know how they do it. They're a special breed of human, to be honest. Unfortunately, I'm running out of casts of alchemy in here. Yeah, I can only imagine what it's like in Philly or in like Chicago or any of the bigger cities. Alright, and that's our last nature rune. So we're going to deposit all these coins. We should get about... we should get 174. There's a chance that we'll get 175 points. But there should be a relatively decent magic experience drop with this. 34,800 experience, bonus experience. Which is level 53. Which is a fantastic start. And since we are out of nature runes, we are going to go into the enchanter's room. Because the telekinetic room needs law runes. And the graveyard room needs natures. So we'll do the enchanter's room next, because having laws is a little more important to teleport around at the moment. Always choose the mystery box. 20 nature runes. Well, that's fortuitous, I guess. So I believe the mechanic in this room is just to cast the highest level enchant spell that you can. And potentially just hop around and do the... pick up the dragon stones is the best way to do it. Yeah, it's only 1 point difference. And not a big fan of hopping around. Kind of do it as needed. And deposit. I think I pulled a dragonstone from there. And we're doing this for Bones to Peaches first. And Bones to Peaches requires 2,000 enchantment points, which these seem to be going very fast. As we're already up to 200. And it seems like when we leave this room, we'll get additional runes. .54 magic. Flying through these levels, which is always good. Pulled a dragonstone. Thought I did that last time. Changed colors to blue. Is your girlfriend working normal hours, or is she working some little bit of an off shift, or she's just a little busy before she could call you back? Jeez. Click on the item. Seems the dragonstones are going to be spawning again. Nope, we want yellow. It's okay. Still do the blue one. Hello, Smoot. How are you? It's already relatively quiet. That's good. What are your plans for tonight? I think you said something about wanting to do some wilderness boss pet hunting tonight. Do you have all of them that you need to get still, or do you have one of them? Fair enough. I 100% understand that. I tried to do some rumors yesterday while you and King were streaming. I just couldn't do it, so I did some forestry and veil totems. I know the big three have one each, and I know the Chaos Elemental has one. Does Scorpia have one? Well, having the Ellie's a good start, to be honest. Okay, so if you were going to start tonight, where would you start? Not like I'm going to go out and find you and attempt to PK you, because that would be a waste of both of our times. Do you have any piece? Did you complete a Void Waker blade or Void Waker yet through the wilderness bosses, or would you go for that as well during your pet hunt? Whenever I would join during King's Mass Monday out in the wilderness, I didn't pull the RDO piece. Have you pulled one? Oh yeah, definitely. The pet is definitely the goal, but I'm sure you probably, hopefully, finished the Void Waker beforehand. Fair enough. That is not a bad idea to do while doing a bingo. Um, when during the last bingo, I was still working on the Soul Reaper axe, and finishing the full axe was part of the bingo itself. So I was like, well, I'll go finish it, and I finished the two pieces that I needed for the Soul Reaper axe. Unfortunately, no one else got the other two pieces, so we never finished the tile, but I felt like I was at least contributing whenever I went and did it. Not to mention I also did other things for the bingo. The one thing I want to do before the bingo is get an Infernal Cape and feel comfortable in there, so that because invariably it will be another tile for the bingo. So if I do join again, I want to be able to just knock one of the capes off the list and just send a picture, and if joins in on the bingo again, I will be able to say, got my cape, where's yours? Just to egg him on to get it, because 2 years in a row now he's failed to get the cape for the bingo. One, we didn't even finish a tile for the first time through, and the second time he was not one of the three that did. So I think it would be funny, because last year before the bingo I called him out saying maybe you should do something more your speed before instead of doing that tile, and he basically asked who I was, and I was like, I'm a nobody, just telling you to do something your own speed. You know, I would say poor him, but he died a single Jad. You know, I was in this room before this person came in. It's rather annoying that they're here now, gathering all my dragon stones. But it's so nice to have High Alch unlocked now. It will be good for when the bracelets are made to be able to start alching them for a good bit of gold while I do other things. So are you going to go live to do your pet hunt, or are you going to do it offline if you choose to go hunting for the pets in the wilderness? I know how that feels. I haven't had a good night of sleep pretty much all week. So definitely feeling you on that one. We should switch to red. Probably doesn't help with all the work that you do. Oh, did I? I only needed 2,004 bones to peaches. So I think that is where we're going to call this room. Didn't realize we blew right by it. Yeah. That is unfortunately how it goes sometimes. I really can't complain. I get to sit down and stare at a computer screen for most of the time while I work. Sometimes I have to go to an elusive meeting. Or do I just... So I thought the room was supposed to change after I finished the puzzle. Yeah, I do my best to avoid being in meetings. They're not bad, it's just you don't the more meetings you're a part of, the less work you get done. And it bothers me whenever I don't feel like I'm accomplishing anything. So I try to myself be elusive when it comes to the meetings. Had one today. I couldn't get out of, unfortunately. Is the room? I could swear that you had to... that it would automatically reset the room. Oh, I guess I click on new maze. That's what I'm missing. Yeah, I don't know how my boss does it. He literally sits... three-quarters of his day is usually meetings, and it would just drive me insane to be sitting in a conference room or on a voice call to just determine certain elements of what needs to be done to get the stuff that he needs to get done for work. This room is so much better now that they updated it. Alright, and for Bones to Peaches, we need 200 of these completed. Which I believe we get a bonus after we do 5. Yeah, I did the diary on my main a very long time ago. And I did this on the hardcore group a while ago as well. But it was after the changes that they did here. So this is the second time I've gotten to do this with these changes. It's still much nicer that the Guardian moves a lot faster. You're not rooted in place when you make the teleport. Okay, so bonus 8 points it looked like for completing 5. So 50 would be 180. 55 would be 198. And 56 total. I really wonder what they're going to put in the Varlamore diary. Because it seems like they're, with what they mentioned in the blog post, they kind of said that they were working on the diary based off of the perfect Quetzal Whistle stuff. So it definitely seems like they're working on it. I'm wondering, I'm sure like doing a Perilous Moons run is on it. I'm sure something else fun is on it, like, I don't know if I know they have the fire cape on there for Kromja, but I don't know if the Colosseum is easy enough to include. Maybe killing a Manticore or killing a Shockwave Colossus, but I don't think actually completing the Colosseum is going to be on it. It would be interesting if it was, though. Just so I can see what the runes I have left are in my inventory. We'll see, though. I'm sure it'll be it'll be fun. It'll be annoying not to having the cape for the time period that I don't have it, but it shouldn't be too long to get it back. Also wonder what the rewards will be. Hopefully more sunfire splinters from the Coliseum or something like that would be one of the rewards. What achievement? Do you have all the achievements done, or which ones are you missing? Imagine that one of them is to craft rune craft sunfire runes, or make searing pages. I don't think they'll make the searing pages one a thing, but the hard one for the Western for me was to do the chompies, but that's easy. You just gotta sit down, unfortunately, and do it. But I'm assuming that the desert is the fletching requirement, and the Mori one is the bare hand catching a shark. Oh, I forgot Thermi was part of that. Yeah, that I forgot about that one. 96. Oh, okay. So the desert isn't the fletching one. It's the loot from the last room of the Pyramid Plunder minigame. Okay. 91 thieving wasn't too bad for me to get to. Not last year, but the year previous, or maybe the year before, I got a foot pedal myself, and during the Packers games, I'm a nerve. When I watch them, they give me a little bit of a nervous time while watching. So I turned that nervous energy into bouncing my leg up and down on the foot pedal. So I basically spent time while watching the game foot pedaling the RD Knight. Found whoever was splashing on a world and would just sit there and get the thieving done real easily. Kind of AFK, kind of paying attention, because I could take a little bit of a break and look over at my screen while I was thieving to get the open up the pouches and heal up if I needed to. I've been hearing about false bans with foot pedals now, but I don't know if that's 100% true. They're probably doing something else, or their foot pedal's not set up correctly and it's doing multiple actions whenever it is being clicked. What level? How far off are you from those 3 levels? Welcome back. You know, you can make RJS very, very proud if you were to do some of the... If you were to get the fishing done. Oh, you can boost for the fishing. Yeah, you can go and get that Mori one done. You can boost that for that fishing level. Yeah, you are really close. You're one Slayer level off of getting Thermi. Being able to be assigned Smoke Devils. You have you can't boost the thieving. You can do that for the fishing, like I said. I think they even added a new potion with sailing that lets you boost your fishing level by 6. So you should even have more time than actually trying to go out and stew boost that. Do you have Orphan as a pet already, or I don't remember your clog from the other day. Yeah, about... I'm not lying about the fishing. Okay, I haven't... I... having a sire being able to do sire to get the pet would be a cool thing to do today. But if you have it, yeah, then bursting Abbey demons or Venator, using the Venator bow for it is good. Yeah, I don't have it on the main yet. I think I only have one unsire drop on the main. But I did most of them before the change, and I've just never got really... I went and tested it out when they made the changes to sire for like a few kills, but I already had the achievements done for sire, for the combat ones, so I basically said, yeah, nice new changes. If I ever get here again on a new account, it'll be worthwhile to farm it. So yeah, I haven't really sat down and actually done the boss. Yeah, Tangleroot seems to be one of those ones that will be a long grind if you just don't get it. As is all of them, if you take that literally, but it seems like a lot of people that just don't get it on the way to 99 spend like tens of extra mils of experience trying to get it. So I hope you get it soon. I did not get it on the way to 99 on the main. And the one I'm more bummed about not getting on the way to 99 was the squirrel, the giant squirrel, because I think that's one of the better pets in the game. Well, that's just me personally. Agility on my main was looking back on it, was rather not a fun experience. Not necessarily saying that getting to 99 was bad. It No squirrel. I no ring of endurance, and I did like 580 floor fives. So yeah, the agility kind of was a little bit of a bummer looking back on it. Said 200, yes. And I'm at 90. This room's still not the greatest, but it is still so much better than what it was. You ever planning on maxing your account, or you good just continually doing all of the raids and stuff, and maxing is for uh, crazy people? That's good. You aren't too far off. Oh no, definitely. The social aspect of the game is part of why this is an MMO and not a normal one single person game. If someone wants to do a raid, absolutely do a raid. It definitely helps getting all that money to be able to make getting all the other buyable skills up to 99 as fast as possible. Which it looks like you got most of the 99s that are buyable up to 99. Sailing probably a little less buyable, but having a good ship is very helpful, because having rosewood or any of the other higher tier woods for the boats makes it a little easier to do those Barracuda trials. Not to mention having like a redwood hull for the trawling aspect of it is pretty fun too. Not that I have one. I still think I'm using ironwood, but definitely whenever I went to do the trawling in the Northern Ocean, it was very noticeable that that fishing spot moves very fast and you cannot keep up with it in an Ironwood. Probably can't keep up with it in Rosewood either, but it definitely helps you get to and from the spots as it moves a lot quicker. So you spend more time trawling an active shoal. But since I had already maxed pre-sailing, I was able to just sit down and focus on sailing to remax. And I did a good bit of it AFK while working doing the salvaging. Seven magic's good. I believe that I could boost for family crest now, but we'll continue using runes to level just for a bit longer. I don't want to use all the law runes because I would still like to be able to get around the game a bit. So I don't think I'm going to finish the telekinetic room tonight. Like I was not able to finish the alchemy room, let alone start the graveyard room. Yeah, as I was saying, the main reason I'm here is I want to get to 59 magic, as because Family Crest gives you obviously the gauntlets that you can make into either the cooking, the chaos gauntlets, or the goldsmith gauntlets, and I'm going to use them for the goldsmith initially, because cooking will be what it is, and not really. I could use the chaos ones while doing barrows and using wind bolt, as it would be cheaper to use wind bolt and stuff during barrows instead of the death spell or the blood spell. But the main reason is because if I can do that, I can smelt the 1,000 gold in my bank with them, with the goldsmith, to get the extra experience. And with that, I can then take the gold, and I've been AFK star mining, which I've done a bunch of, bought a bunch of the gem bags, and I've used them and cut a bunch of the gems already. So I would then use the gold to make a good bit of rings of dueling and games necklaces, and then probably just make a bunch of additional like ruby bracelets, diamond bracelets, and stuff like that, so that I can alch them and basically solve the money problem that I have right now. So that is the big goal right now, is getting the 59 magic. That's why I came here, because that kind of solves it a little bit, because I am getting a bunch of experience while doing this. I think I can do another 5. So I'm just trying to be a little smart with the gameplay. Not sure if that's really going to ever be the case, if I'm ever going to be fully smart with it, but this seemed like a logical path. And I've already knocked out the enchanting room. So that is at least one room done. I'm more than halfway on this room, so that's also good. And I'm about halfway done with the alchemy room as well. And the obvious reason to go for Bones to Peaches first is because the graveyard room becomes a little better with that spell. So whenever I go and do Eternal Boots and potentially the wand upgrade, the wands, and the... I don't know if I'll do the magic book, as I was telling Flyback, for... Because if I get Tome of Fire or Tome of Water from Wintertodt or Temperos, or even down the road the Earth Tome from Huey, I don't necessarily think I need the Mage's Book at that point. I think I screwed up this room already, which is fine. Not quite yet, RJ's, but I'm working my way there. How's the girlfriend doing today? And I'm gonna probably die well before I get Grandmaster by being a hardcore. Hey, at least you're able to talk her down when she's overthinking. That's good. I definitely find myself in the overthinking phase of a lot whenever I do some thinking, so it's I'm sure it was very well appreciated. True, you never know. I'm gonna hold on to the rest of the law runes. As I don't want to use them before. I've already done the enchantment, so I'm good on the cosmics, and I'm low on natures, so I'm not gonna go back and do that, those other runes. So we're going to do something else. What we'll probably do is do a rather quick quest or two. I heard it was bugged, but we will attempt to do Tears of Gothics, because even though I like sailing a lot, low-level sailing is a little bit of a pain sometimes. It is a little bit of a pain, and I don't want to deal with it. So, if I do Tears of Gothics, I probably will skip a decent bit of the quest. Do I already have a Sapphire Lantern? I do. I was being foolish. And if I do Tears of Gothics now, I can attempt to remember to do it every single time, every week. You must complete Tears of Gothics before you can teleport there. Fine. The main ones that I think will... I haven't even done it yet on my main, even though I have 3,200 kills, is that I have not even done the 25 HP and less with mithril ammo on Leviathan. I did, however, do the less than 10 HP the entire fight with the Daruk's Great Axe on the Alchemical Hydra. I foresee myself not only having done so on the main, but dying my fair share to those two combat achievements. Yes, I agree. It is. How would anyone know where it is before? That is correct. It looks like it's fixed. Apparently, people were saying that these light creatures were not available to take you across the cavern, but only into it. So, it's good to see that that is not the case. Can you climb down this side? Easy quest done with Tears of Gothics, and I'm going to tell a story so that I can do this little mini game, because I only have 9 sailing, and it will be worthwhile to get that done. And up. Yeah, I like that this is just a relatively quick quest. And I have I think a relatively decent amount of quest points for how low my character is. No, I'm not good at voices. Surprisingly, I am not good at voices. And I say surprisingly as I do DM a campaign in Dungeons and Dragons. They suffer through it. And that's 5 free sailing levels, which is good. And they even added in here the Red Reef quest is going to give you 15 apparently. 15k experience. One more level and I can have a secondary boat. And feel like I am a rich person. We are going to do Death Plateau next, I believe, so that I can do Troll Stronghold and have access to the Law Altar, because I don't want to run low on Law runes, obviously, and I am getting close to the requirement for it, so getting access to the Law Altar would be good. Just think about it. Owning a boat is like being rich in our world. So being able to own 2 boats is very, very impressive. And the reason we walked back is because I don't have any bread. And this isn't one of those. This is one of those weird ones, isn't it? So, RJs, are you gonna hop on King's boat and start fishing while he does some trawling? You might be persuaded. It's fishing. It's your pastime. I would imagine that that is the best reason for you to go out to hop on the game and do something. Catch some new fish. Would it be better if you hopped on my boat and did it? Fair enough. I think it's. I'm interested in trying it out on this account, mainly because I think there is a lot, like the obviously the new fishes that they introduced are pretty good, but I just think it's good. It's I want to kind of see how many fish you can get per hour, and see if it's just how good that is. Like, can you get like 400 fish an hour? How comparable is it to, like, say, catching Karambwan? I never sat down and actually I did some trawling and I built a trawling boat on the main, but I'm just very curious on how that's going to be for an account like this, where I started from scratch post sailing. So while I haven't focused on any of the sailing related stuff too much, I kind of am interested in, getting the food, cooking it, cutting up the marlins and stuff. Which one do I need? The blurb. And I need an iron bar. I did an easy clue scroll earlier today, and I got not one, but two rolls of an iron kite shield in one of them. T. I agree, RJs. That's why I'm kind of interested in seeing all that, how that works, because if it is huge early, it would be fantastic to, actually do it. But I just, in the way that I've been thinking about how to progress this account, even though I got 99 sailing, I just don't know how useful it is, like where it actually fits in the progression at the moment. I am going to put away the food so I have some inventory space, because I believe we need to move those colored balls in the castle area. Would you like to gamble? Okay. Red is north of blue, yellow is south of purple, green is north of purple, blue is west of yellow. And purple is east of red. So I believe... Yeah, it was a very long time ago. I was so excited to see what kind of storyline they were creating for the trolls, to be honest. I like how polite you are in this quest. You knock on the door for multiple NPCs instead of just barging right in. Swan Song was very epic whenever it came out, yes. And, okay. Alright, and that is Death Plateau done. That should be the prerequisite for Troll Stronghold. But I am not in probably the best spot at the moment to do... I could do the quest, but I'm probably going to put that off for a little bit. It does boost me to 60, so I think I will do it. Big net. Before we get ahead of ourselves, we're going to take this one step at a time. And we will talk to the dude here to start the quest. So we are going to start in Catherby. I am not going to grab another pair of ice gloves. Okay, to catch bass I need one of those. I have a salmon, a tuna, a swordfish. Since we're going to Catherby, we go to Camelot, as that's our closest teleport at the moment. Oh, clue scroll. Very beneficial. Okay, so apparently I do not have the the fishing level to catch them. You need 46 to do so. So what I am going to do is I'm going to cheat a little bit. And you can get one by catching a gourmet impling, which is what I just caught. At Puro. So I am going to go and do that. Welcome back. I know I've started the family crest quest, and the first thing is we need to get these this set of fish. Unfortunately, I'm one fishing level away from the fishing level for bass, so I can catch a gourmet impling and $20K. No. So apparently I can catch a gourmet impling and we'll be able to from there have a 1 in 10 shot at getting it. So I am in Puro for these gourmet implings. But apparently, I do need some jars, so I am going to fish pie. Probably just use the fish pie to boost for it. If it doesn't seem like I'm going to get lucky with that. So that fish pie is actually pretty good. And I guess while I'm here, I can catch these essence implings to find a mud rune for the Eyes of Glofri quest. Sorry, trying to think and do things at the same time is a little difficult whenever I am not used to verbally explaining what I am mentally trying to do in my head. Just gonna catch a bunch of these low level ones as well to trade in. Gourmet, tuna, essence. There are a lot less individuals in this area than I remember last time I was here. So maybe they got rid of some of the bots here. Wishful thinking, but okay. I am here for gourmets, so I am going to start catching some. I'm hoping that that was this one. It was. Okay, 1 in 10 chance. First try. Okay. I am going to, since I've now got what I came here for, I'm going to leave and progress to the quest. Wow, I can really not speak. Keep this in my inventory, because if I see a random imp, I'm going to catch it. Okay, we need to go get the fish. Here's all the fish. Thank you very much. And it says to talk to him once more. Okay, and that is his part. So for this, we need this and 2 rubies, a necklace mold, and a ring mold. And we will want a ring of dueling to get there. I believe we're going to also want some food. If I didn't say it already, RJs, welcome back. Fly back. Welcome back. That was a quick nap. False? I guess it was about 2 hours, yeah. What I'm going to do, I'm going to just go here. I'm going to restore my run. And I will get another ring out. As well, we can just teleport to Falador. I did a bit of the mage training arena flyback. I didn't finish it because I didn't have enough nature runes for the alchemy room, let alone that and the graveyard room. I saved some. I'm saving about 100 law runes, just to get around and all that stuff. So I didn't finish the telekinetic room either, but I got more than halfway done with that. But I did finish the enchantment room, and that did give me 57 magic. So with a wizard's mind bomb, I can boost for the fire blast spell that I need for the end of the quest. So I am just going to do the quest boost with the wizard's mind bomb for that one part of it where I need to cast one of each of the blast spells. And we will then smelt the gold ore that I have and make some jewelry for travel and transportation, and summon to bracelets to be alked. So we will solve the money problem, hopefully, for a little bit, which means I can then buy a dragon scimitar. Yes. And when I go and finish LMS, like I said, won't just be there for the rune pouch. I'll do a few more points for rune arrows as well. So yeah, definitely will be printing money. Oh, that is not what I want. For now, it's going to be... I'm sure my heart rate's going to jump 15, 20 times. By 15 or 20. Whenever I have to go into the wilderness for this quest. Yeah, I should be okay. Just gonna wait here for a little bit so I can recover some run. And that is free herb lore experience. Kind of forgot that I had these. Best just to drop the ruby and make one at a time that way. Yeah, that place would definitely make a good hide and seek type of deal, especially when you can, especially when they can't get into the rooms as easily as it seems. We're gonna go back. This will also recharge our run energy and health and prayer. Um, I think it was okay. Um, I didn't really pay too much attention to it while he was PKing, mainly because I was working. I was I was focused on what I was doing for work. Um, him doing next is fine. Him being dry at the Doom is okay. It is usual. Um, the one thing I personally have a little bit of a gripe with is that I understand that it is he's doing this for his power hour stuff. But if you look at the wheel, semantically it states that it is an extra 8-hour stream. And with it being an extra 8-hour stream, it doesn't say it's on Kick. So I think he should have streamed on both platforms. Yes, all the paid actors were pretty funny. Although he was killing a decent bit of bots, so not going to be needing that. Needing that. This is quest items, so we'll put them out here for temporarily. I also did some farming for you, Flyback, to do one of your favorite quests to unlock one of the better transport systems. Oh, so it was your bot farm. Okay, that's good. At least he had something to kill, right? You know, I was ready to tell him he might as well just go out to the mage bank so that he can have someone to fight, because, you know, if there's no one going to be in the wilderness, he might as well at least go fight the king of the mage bank, right? Yeah, I'm not, like I said, I didn't semantically it is what it says it is. It was supposed to be an extra stream, and it, I believe, should have been on both platforms. I didn't say anything to him about it. I didn't bring it up in the chat. So I'm not saying that, and I agree that I'm not going to say anything about it to him, because it's not, one, who am I to him? He doesn't really know me as much as like he would know you or RJ's, but it's one of those things that, yes, it makes him a lot of money, and I'm not going to fault him for bettering his life position by making money to, you know, be able to continue doing what he is doing. So I'm okay with it. I am going to grab a couple of these guys. And I'm going to grab these and these. And I need a Wizard's Mind Bomb. I should get green d'hide, but let's take these out and We'll do these because I don't think they heal as much, but they have a delay on their heal. Yeah, I'm probably right in that nice, like, pure mage build range of getting killed, to say the least. Yeah, I agree. It's one of those things that, well, it'll be the one time a year that, what's his name, actually PKs down here. Oh, I should have brought an anti-poison. Might as well just go and clear the poison now. Exactly. Yes, I am not something that looks like it's worth killing. I agree. Looting bag's nice. Exactly. I will take an easy set of looting bags. I don't need to return to him, so I will grab these out of the bank. Do I use them on each other? Yes, I do. And I have the law rune already. I did know that you could do that in Ferox, and yeah, if and when I do it, I will probably do it in Ferox with the looting bag. And that is Family Crest. We get these steel gauntlets, which are probably my best in slot gloves at the moment. But the main thing that this is very good for is we will go back to the Emir's Arena, and we're going to talk to Avon here. And he is going to take these steel gauntlets and make them into goldsmith gauntlets. And that's 74 Hunter, so I can't quite do that one yet. But he's with the goldsmith gauntlets, you get additional experience while smelting gold ore into gold bars. And whenever I was doing Motherlode Mine for the coal bag, the gem bag, and the Falador achievement diary, I got myself close to 1,000 gold ore. which with the bonus experience given through the Goldsmith Gauntlets is going to be pretty big. I'll probably do a decent chunk of it AFK while working or something, to then make the stack of gold ore into gold bars, give myself a good chunk of smithing experience while doing it, and then take all the gold bars that I make and make these gems that I was able to obtain while AFK mining shooting stars, which I then took the stardust and made them into gem bags, opened the gem bags, and then cut the gems, make jewelry out of them. We'll probably make some more games necklaces and dueling rings for teleports around the game. We'll probably do the Varrock Museum and find the ruby necklace so that I can make the dig site and pendant, so I can teleport out to the dig site area easier, and then probably into some like gauntlets and stuff so that I can high alch and solve the money problem that I have. I can always go back and do agility laps at the pyramid for money, but this is just another way to make a decent bit of money, because while to get to be able to do Family Crest, 59 magic was needed. I boosted that with a Wizard's Mind Bond for the quest, but 55 is the level for high alch, which is going to be how I make a good chunk of the money going forward. So yes, I am very excited for high alch and getting all of this done. So what I will probably do tomorrow while I work is go to the Edgeville furnace and start making some very, very nice gold bars, and then some stuff into jewelry. So I'm gonna quickly go to Varrock, and we're gonna start doing some of this museum kudos thing so that I can have, like I said, make the dig site pendant. And if I'm lucky, I might be able to get enough kudos for Bon Voyage and actually have the ability to go to Fossil Island. And that seems to be all the quests that we could talk to him about. So what are the chances that we are able to find the pendant relatively easily? One inventory says flyback. Got an ancient coin. I don't think I've ever gotten it in one inventory. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking too. Oh, you are so right, Flyback. Well done. Thank you. You called it. I hope that's the case. Flyback. Hopefully, whenever I actually get into doing some raids on this account, that will translate over. Okay, the vases are nothing. The pottery I already have. $36. 45. 44. 37. I think this is 22. And that is 105 kudos, which means we are able to do the Bon Voyage quest, which is our prelude into actual sailing in this game. I believe if we get to 100, we get some extra experience here. So let's get this experience as well. Yeah, unlocking a bunch of the map is very, very good. Look, I'm so happy that sailing didn't turn out the same way as it did in the Bon Voyage quest. So I will drop these because I don't need them anymore. I got the kudos. I'm not going to start Bon Voyage tonight, but it is nice to have that ready to go. Not necessarily hurting for crafting and hunter levels at the moment. Well, mainly hunter levels for the birdhouses. Let alone, I don't think I can even make birdhouses because I don't think I have the construction level to build the bench to make the clockwork stuff yet. So I need to get onto that. But before I went live, I went out and got 50 fire making for Winter Todd earlier today. And that's outside of the mining I did today with the extra crafting. That's pretty much it. I spent some time getting that. Yesterday I did the Veil Totems and got up to 49 fletching. Fletching, I want to get fletching to roughly 74 for the sunlight crossbow. And I want to, that I can. I'm currently at the moment leaning towards using the Sunlight Hunter's crossbow for the fire cape. We will see how that actually comes out. that's what I'm leaning towards right now, because I'm pretty close to the hunter level to start catching the sunlight antelopes to get the antlers for the crossbow itself and the ammo. The ammo only require 62 to make anyways, so I'll have a few levels of fletching when I hit the hunter level to make the bolts before I make the crossbow. And then it'll just be, let's get some levels in some of the combat stats. Maybe get a higher prayer level so that I get more prairie storm whenever per dose in the when using prayer potions, and maybe desert treasure. The main thing I don't have for desert treasure are the magic logs at the moment. And one level farming away, which I think I'll do Enlightened Journey right now, because that is a relatively quick quest if I remember correctly. And this will open up balloon transport, as well as, I think, yeah, I'm 3k away from what the 3k farming experience I will get from Enlightened Journey will give me 34 farming, which means I can start doing Tithe Farm. So yeah, this will open up another mini game. I came out here to go to Tau Teclin because there is a dye shop out here. And I don't feel like going to get 2 onions and go to Aggie to make a yellow dye. Okay, we have papyrus, a ball of wool. We need to get the sack of potatoes, unlit candle, red dye, ten silk, realizing I can't carry all this stuff in one inventory. I have it on random right now, and this song is a little... It was a little intense. I was trying to remember where I probably picked it up. And then I remembered it's probably from the Golem quest thing. Aw, hi bowling ball. How are you doing today? We'll just grab a bunch. Oh. I didn't do that, but I remembered it was part of the one quest. I think Shadows of the Storm. Oh, that's so nice. I'm glad that she seems to be enjoying the stream. Although, as I have stated before, I am a dog person, but what King was saying earlier about cats is just wrong. I don't know. RJ seems to be one of those people that hate watches streams, but I don't think he hates my streams either. So I honestly don't know. Farming. Bring the following items. 3 balls of wool. 3 papyrus. A ball of wool, the unlit candle, the sack of potatoes, the empty sacks, silk, and the bowl. Oh, and we need the dyes as well. Oh, that's good to hear, RJs. I'm happy to hear that. Well, you asked the question of who doesn't like effect stream, and I made the assumption that since you asked the question, you were already ruling yourself out of that equation. I think of both you and RJ's as both hate watchers equally to both Condor and Panda. I'm glad you're having a good time playing the game, RJ's. completely ignoring the burning is why we are here. And as I said, I preemptively did. I had, from cutting trees or some other form of getting birds' nests, obtained willow branches. 2 willow seeds, which I was able to plant in, well, 2 farming patches, which so happened to be in Falador and Varrock. And then I cut the willow branches earlier today as well. Because, 1, it's a nice and relatively easy quest to get done, and 2, it does unlock a couple of nice things. I believe both the bomber hat and jacket are warm clothing for Wintertodt. I believe that's the case. I'm not 100% sure. But also the farming level I will get for finishing the quest will allow me to do Tithe Farm. And it unlocks a transportation network, which is always a good thing because different ways to get to different places is getting around the game is one of the better things to do. So that is why I want to unlock this method. As well, it's needed for some diaries. I may have wanted to grab something to teleport, because I believe we end up in Taverley after this. So while not completely out of the way, it's... Not gonna lie, this, whenever it came out initially, was an interface that took a little bit of time to get used to. At least for myself. I was not the brightest person when this quest came out. didn't really do much in the way of planning. And I did just that. Got a little overzealous there and did not click the right button. Another quest that I should probably prepare for is the next quest in the dwarf line. The red axe one. And get the barley started so that I can have that ready for when the quest is going, and potentially at some other point in time Okay, Chris. Just click blue. Properly. But probably start the... Would have to do creature fang constraint first, but would need to start the quest for Garden of Tranquility. Lots of quests to do. Exactly. That's all it is at the moment. And I'm okay with it. I enjoy quests. I do them when they come out, and it's very nice to be able to, since I do enjoy them, it's nice to be able to actually have another account that can do them right now. As even though I did a lot of bossing last year. So it is nice to reopen up the map, do quests that are fun. Like, I'm interested in doing the Defender of Varrock quest, not at max combat. Same thing with While Guthic Sleeps. Progressing my account through those things in log. Oh, I need to get it click. There we go. We're going to, that took a little bit because I needed to actually focus and click the right stuff so I can finish the quest. Few K experience, namely farming, is what I was looking for to get the level 34 farming for Tithe Farm. No, I have not done Underground Pass. I have the agility level to do that in Roving Elves, so I could start that at any point in time. Thank you, Flyback. I do plan on doing Underground Pass and all of them because I am hopefully going to grind out a Bofa and potentially a Blade of Saildor. No, I'm not going to start it and do it tonight. Unfortunately, it is getting late. And as I was talking to Smut earlier, sleep hasn't been very easy to get, and while I am rather tired now, I think I am going to call it a stream here and get some sleep. Oh no, I'm gonna turn you two into hate watchers. Maybe I will do it Saturday. Let's tentatively plan it for Saturday's stream that I will do Underground Pass. So, I appreciate you all coming to the stream today. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much, and have a good night.